issue of blood. Not for 12 minutes, not for 12 weeks, not for 12 months, but for 12 years. And this sister is so fed up with what she's gone through, Obamacare couldn't fix her condition. She had a pre-existing condition, and insurance company and doctors couldn't fix it. So the Bible says she made up in herself, if I could just touch. I don't need to touch him. If I could just touch his hem. If I could just touch anything connected to him, I got that much faith that my situation can be fixed. And that's what I wish I had in the church tonight. Some folks that were like the woman with the issue of blood, who can say, I don't care who I gotta step over, I don't care who don't shout tonight, I don't care who came to just stare at the preacher, I don't care who didn't come to get what they need. I got something I need Jesus to fix. She got down on the ground, touched the hem. All the disciples around them said, hey, what's going on? He said, who touched me? They said, a whole lot of people bumping into you, Jesus. What you mean? We out here in this crowd. Why are you asking this kind of silly question like this? He said, no. This wasn't just a regular touch. This took some virtue, which lets me know you can be in the crowd and still not touch him. See, some folk come to church just to say, I came to church. But about 100 of you all can testify, when I get dressed to come to church, I didn't come just to be in the crowd. I came with some intentionality because I need to touch Jesus. Now, thank God for the woman with the issue of blood. That's wonderful for her. But Jairus is still standing there. And he just heard Jesus say some power was taken from me when she touched me. Can you imagine how he's feeling? I'm sure he's feeling some type of way. I came here first. I prayed first. Now, like, I'm a ruler, I'm a Jewish leader, and I got on my knees and bowed in front of you. And you let a woman who is ceremonially and culturally beneath me get ahead of me? And now I came to you asking, do you have power to heal my little girl? And I just heard you say something was taken from you. Hey, Jesus, you got something left? Can I tell you why God revealed that to me? Some of you all will never be blessed because you don't know how to shout for somebody else when it's not your season. I need about 50 of you all who can say, this next praise ain't for me. It's for what God is doing for somebody else. Maybe they got theirs before me, but I ain't gonna feel no kind of way. If God is in the neighborhood, I'm just gonna shout till they get to my house. Look down your row and just say, I'm praising him for you. I'm praising him for your child. I'm praising him for your promotion. I'm praising him because it ain't no secret what God can do, what he's done for others. You better stop hating on folks just because they got theirs before you. You got a God who's still able. Matter of fact, when you get a new car, I'm going to shout for you because I know mine's getting closer. When you get a new house, I'm going to shout for you because I know my days of living in an apartment are running out. Take 10 seconds and praise him for what he's doing for somebody else. Wait. And about this time, the messenger runs from the house with tears possibly in his or her eyes. They're getting there in a hurry because Jay went to get Jesus. But now the situation has gotten worse. And now what he went to initially get him for is already too late. It ain't looking too good. The messenger gets there and says, hey, Pastor Jay, I hate to be the bearer of bad news. not bothering Jesus? Because your daughter has already passed. Have you ever had a moment in your life where you thought it was too bad for Jesus? Oh, I know this ain't for everybody. Some of y'all you go to Sunday school when it's not even Sunday school. You just come sit in the classroom by yourself to have Sunday school in solitude. I ain't talking to you. I'm talking to the folk. Yo, you went through a divorce and you stayed away from church because you thought it was too bad for Jesus. It was so public. Your wedding was so public, and now your pain is so public. This is too bad for Jesus. You were touched and appropriate as a little girl, and you never even told anybody because you really thought within yourself, this is just too bad for Jesus. There's some stuff going on at your house right now. You don't even tell the prayer warriors. Because to even articulate what you're trying to go through is too painful for you. And you're not saying anything because you think it's too bad for Jesus. Here's what got me. Here this little boy and little girl ran up in front of the one who's called the resurrection. You telling me death is too bad for Jesus. And you're standing in front of the one who said, I am the resurrection and the life. He is ontologically the resurrection and the life. Resurrection is not what Jesus does. Resurrection is who he is. Oh, listen, I ain't even mean to say that, but I think I need to preach. When you get Jesus, everything you need is in him. It ain't about what he can do. It's about who he is. So, if y'all just give me 5 more minutes, 10 more minutes. Let's go on a trip. Can y'all board the bus of my spiritual imagination? Get you some Cheetos and gum. It's going to be a quick trip. Put your seatbelt on. It's going to be a bumpy ride. Y'all don't think I can see you, then now one of you put your seatbelt on. My grandma would say, now one of you put a seatbelt on. Put your seatbelt on. It's about to be. Make sure your neighbor put a seatbelt on. Some people are so disobedient. The reason I need you to put your seatbelt on is because the Holy Ghost is driving. And whenever the Holy Ghost is driving, it's always bumpy, but you're going to get to your destination. I need to get to that little fella, that young lady who says, leave Jesus alone. Because you got to watch people like that. They spread poison with their mouth. Some people don't have to hit you. What they say out of their mouth stings worse than a slap or a punch. That's why you got to be careful who you let speak over your life. And who you call when you're in trouble, because you can get the wrong person to say the wrong thing at the right time, and your whole life will be thrown off track. I need to go grab her or him. And I don't want us acting country when we get there. So I want us to be cool and dignified. I don't want you hanging out the window when we get there. I'm going to be like Johnny Cochran. I'm going to get off the bus. And I'm going to present a case of why she should not or he should not have said, leave Jesus alone. I'm going to present, if you will, some type of dissertation on why he or she should not have said, trouble not the master. So since you won't be hanging out the window with your cell phones trying to make sure you catch it on Periscope or Facebook Live, I'm going to tell you now what I'm going to say so we can act dignified when we get where we're going. Do y'all want to know or no? Number one, I would tell that young lady, that young man, number one, you got to comprehend the reality of Jesus's personhood. That's a long phrase, but it ain't deep. Comprehend the reality of Jesus's personhood. Watch the text, verse 49. While Jesus was yet speaking, there came one from the ruler's house, said, hey, Pastor J, trouble not. Watch it. The master. That word master in Greek means didakolos, where we get the word rabbi, or where we get the word teacher. Another synonym for it is master. He comes up and says, hey, your daughter's dead. Leave the didakolos alone. Leave the master alone. Leave the rabbi alone. Leave the teacher alone. The problem here is this young man or young woman has a unidimensional view of Christ. Simply saying, they only had a one-dimensional understanding of who Jesus was. If you think he's just didakolos, if you think he's just a rabbi, if you think he's just a teacher, then you won't know he can handle a dead girl. You missed it. But when you know who he is, you know he's not unidimensional, he's multi-dimensional. Because some of y'all around here can testify, he ain't just a rabbi, he's a healer. He ain't just a healer, he's a provider. He's not just a provider, he's a savior. He's not just a savior, he's my friend. He's not just a friend, he rocks me to sleep. He don't just rock me to sleep, he wakes me up in the morning. He don't just wake me up in the morning, he puts $5 in the gas tank and I drive a whole. Somebody can testify, you know who he is. And I can always tell the people who know who he is. Because it don't matter if the choir's here, a praise team is here, your favorite preacher is here. When you walk in church and know who Jesus is, the ushers always got to come grab you. Because anybody who really has a relationship with Jesus, you can't help but tell him thank you sometimes. Because he's been so much to you. He's done so much for you. When you were sick, he stopped by. When you were low, he lifted you up. When you were stuck, he got you out. Can anybody say, I know who he is? I was watching a football game one Sunday evening, and I was at my best friend's house, and he had his little 3-year-old over, and the 3-year-old was arguing over who my best friend's wife was to both of them. See, to her, that's her auntie. But to my best friend, that's his wife. So I'm sitting there watching the game. They argue. No, that's my auntie. No, that's my wife. No, that's my auntie. No, that's my wife. No, that's my auntie. No, that's my wife. No, I'm watching the game. I didn't say nothing because I'm at his house. And when you're in Rome, do as Romans do. I kept looking straight ahead. But I was flaming in my head. I said, why don't they hush? She's both of them. And when it comes to Jesus, you ain't got to argue who he is. Hush, he's both of them. First and the last, beginning and the end, Alpha and Omega, provider and Prince of Peace, wonderful counselor and mighty God. Shake somebody's hand, say he's both of them. If you get stuck, he'll get you out. And if you need to get in, he'll bring you in. He's both of them. Wait. You got to comprehend the reality of Jesus' personhood. But then secondly, you got to be completely reassured by the past. Okay, the best preacher ain't on the lines, it's between the lines. I read to you chapter 8, but if you go back to chapter 7, there's a situation that goes down. There's a woman whose only son has died. He's not at the house, he's in a casket. On the way from a little town called Nain. That's in chapter 7 of Luke chapter 7. They're on the way to the cemetery. And Jesus interrupts a funeral procession and turns it into a family reunion. Now, whoever this young man or young woman was who said, trouble not the master, they must not have been watching CNN. They could not have been keeping up on social media because they were in chapter 8 and a man's only daughter just died. But if you were paying attention, a woman's only son.